Local residents in the Philippines have been encouraged to sign up as Tzu Chi volunteers in the aftermath of the flooding last September. Victims of the storm were able to bounce back thanks in part to Tzu Chi's work relief program, which paid disaster survivors to rebuild their communities a daily wage of 400 pesos, around $8.70. In the latest installment of our series of reports from the Philippines, we meet some of the people who went from being victims of a disaster to paid relief workers. The ceiling, which was never very strong, could not stand the pressure of mud and floodwater up to the first floor and collapsed the day after the typhoon.
Before the typhoon came, our home was the same as the houses opposite. When the flood came, the following day, the second floor fell down.
To save money on reconstruction, Leony Luisito and her husband decided to repair their own home. By taking part in Tzu Chi's work program, they were able to buy the first batch of building materials.
I used 1,000 pesos to buy 50 bricks, but it wasn't enough. Thankfully, after Tzu Chi gave us another 2,000 pesos relief money, we were able to buy cement.
2,000 pesos is about $43. With their house half finished, the husband Luisito takes a spade down to the river to dig up sand to mix with the cement, saving more money.
A bag of sand costs 60 pesos. For a bag even smaller than this one, it costs 60 pesos.
60 pesos is $1.30. The couple scrimps and saves because Luisito does not have a stable job and orders for Leony's tailoring work stopped coming in after the flood. Tzu Chi's cash for work payment was the first installment of the family's rebuilding fund. Checking a delivery, convenience store boss Carmen Violy says she lost a lot to the typhoon.
Almost all the stock was lost. All that was left was about 15 to 20% of the capital. Almost all the products were destroyed, including my supplies. The only things that were left were in plastic bags that were waterproof.
After Carmen's store reopened, the next problem was the lack of customers. Her fortunes only started to change with Tzu Chi's relief work program.
After the disaster, residents came knocking at my door because they had no money, so they wanted me to give them something to eat. But after the relief work program, a lot of people came to buy things.
The 400 pesos or $8.70 daily wage for a disaster worker finally put money into the victims' pockets so they could start shopping at Carmen's store again. Now, on the notice board outside, you can read the latest bulletin from Tzu Chi. The hope is that more neighborhood stores can help recruit local volunteers. The owner of this store, Violy, knows how to invest. She used some of the money from the work relief program to start her business and the rest to repair her own home.
We used concrete to raise the level of the floor and repainted the house. We also bought tiles and repaired the toilet. Before reopening the store, we invested 2,500 pesos of the relief money to start the store. If my store keeps making a profit, when I want to volunteer for Tzu Chi, I'll use the money I make from the store to pay for my travel expenses.
The work relief program, which paid disaster survivors to restore their communities, helped revitalize these neighborhoods in Manila and empowered residents to have the means to help themselves.